Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Nerd in Denial. If you're new here, I'm Matt.
I'm Sam.
And this is where I introduce my fiance Sam to nerdy properties, mainly anime and comic book related. This week, we're a little late. Dogs are fighting because they want to play. We're a little late on this, but we don't care. It's our show. We are reviewing Jessica Jones Season 2. We have seen Season 1, and if you want us to review that, let us know in the comments below. But because this is more recent...
We're going to jump right in.
Yep, pretty much. So, we usually start with the opening. It's the same as last season.
So...
I'm not really a fan of the Netflix openings. I mean, some are better than others, yes. I like the Daredevil one. Jessica Jones is okay. I wasn't a real big fan of Punishers or...
I was not a fan of Punishers whatsoever.
Iron Fist. But...
It's not terrible, but it's not memorable whatsoever.
And these shows aren't about the openings.
Mm-mm.
We skip them every time, usually. But this season is more of a character-driven show, just like last season was.
Mm-hmm.
But whereas with last season, Jessica was fighting both her inner and her outer demons. She's just more fighting her inner demons and a different type of inner demon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't like this season as much as I wanted to.
And this is going to be spoiler.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched it, go watch it.
We'll wait.
And you're done.
And welcome back. It's hard to go from a season with Kilgrave, played by David Tennant, to this Jessica Jones, but worse.
And we rewatched season 1 to get prepared for season 2, and going back to back
made it worse.
Made it even worse, because David Tennant was amazing. Amazing.
Going from a villain who was confident
and creepy
as all hell,
and just
British,
pompous and British and attractive and just all of it,
to more origin story for Jessica Jones and how she got her powers, which is cool.
Yeah, that was good to learn about.
Yeah,
but
there's one thing I don't like about any of the Netflix shows. None of these people have powers that they're born with.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Jones, experimentation. Luke Cage, experimentation. Daredevil, accident. Iron Fist, killed a dragon. Weird.
Yeah.
Punisher, training. But this season was just so much more toned down. And I feel like this should have been season 1, and season 1 should have been season 2.
Yeah, I can kind of get that.
Except, forgo the character building of, the guy who lives down the hall. I forget his name.
Malcolm.
Besides that, which I kind of like what they did with him. Hi, Ruby. Go play. Another thing I don't like is what they did to Trish in this season.
Oh my God, no.
Let's just turn her into a drug addict again.
Like,
why?
What the fuck?
She's smarter than this.
What the fuck? And taking, like, Simpsons stuff? What the fuck? I hate him. Rewatching season 1 pissed me off. Because I'm just like, God, he's a dick.
Luckily, he wasn't in this season very much.
No! Literally like, oh, hey, here's some stuff. He was literally just there to introduce the whole drug thing.
Yeah, and it's still stupid.
No. And then, like, she now has a relationship with her mom again. Like, what? No.
Who's also terrible.
Who is still terrible, yeah.
She also has powers now. She caught a phone on her foot.
Oh, Trish does, yeah. I thought you said her. I thought you meant her mom.
No,
I was
Trish.
like, oh, she's just a giant bitch.
No, Trish has powers now.
Trish has powers now.
Which,
because she wanted them so badly, she literally, like, killed herself for them.
It just took everything we loved about these characters in the last season.
Mm-hmm.
And besides Malcolm,
Malcolm grew up real well this season.
But they all took a step backwards.
Yep.
Jessica Jones took a step backwards.
Trish
took 7 steps backwards.
Fucking Jerry. took so many steps backwards.
Oh, well, I get you're dying. Sorry, I did not care about that plot line at all. Did not give one single shit about her plot line. Because she's not a character you're really supposed to focus on. She's the bitch lawyer. What do you fucking do?
She's the bitch lawyer that Jessica goes to if she needs help.
Exactly. She should have been in this season as much as she was in Iron Fist.
Barely.
Also, I love how you couldn't escape Iron Fist's name in this season even.
No.
Because if you haven't seen Iron Fist, he says I'm Danny Rand a lot.
And I'm the lawyer of Danny Rand, and I will take him with me.
Oh my God, you can't escape him.
All right, cool beans.
I just overall was disappointed with this show.
Yeah.
And it was an okay plot twist to have her mom show up and not be dead.
Yes.
It was an okay plot twist.
Yes.
Not the greatest plot twist. Especially when you have to come up with a reason why she's not the same actress as she was in the flashback last season.
Which, I mean, they played off as...
Genetic reconstructive
yeah.
When it's the Marvel Universe, you just kind of fucking accept it. There's a guy who can turn green, you deal with it. But... And that's not terrible, but having her fall in love with the scientist, having her be, roid rage times 1,000, a murderer... Oh, and then just killing her off real quick.
And having Trish do it.
Because
Trish the entire time was like, you need to kill her.
And then she's like, I did it because you wouldn't. No, you did it because your writers are kind of lazy.
Well, also, it was the whole... I just now realized it's the whole circle back to Simpson in season 1, where he was like, we just need to kill him. And Trish was like, no, Jessica needs to do it. This is Jessica's fight. She literally does the exact same thing. That was Jessica's fight. That was not hers. But all roid ragey.
But yeah, she pulls a complete 180, which is real
and it turned
bad.
It turned me off from, like... I'm glad that was the end of the season. Because I'm going into season 3 with very low...
2 years from now.
Very low expectations. Whereas season 1 and season 2, I was like, this... Because Jessica Jones is the first Marvel show that I watched. It's my favorite, just because badass bitch. But, what the fuck?
Yeah.
She just wasn't Jessica Jones this season. She was kind of a little bitch. For a lot of it.
Well, I mean, when you're dealing with your dead mom who's not actually dead, I can get some parts of it.
I understand, yeah. I get the whole mindset of, like, I thought she was dead and she's not, and all these things have happened, and what is going on?
This was a lot of backstory for the character, which, again, this is not something you want to follow what we got in season 1 of Kilgrave. That morality question of mind control, who to blame. Because Kilgrave wasn't the one who pulled the trigger, but he told her to, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then we get, but she's my mom. Oh my God, grow up. Your mom...
But she's murdering people.
It's... but...
I mean, if my mom murdered people...
we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Sorry about it. You going to jail. Like...
And if there's not a jail that can hold you...
And I mean, to give Jessica the benefit of the doubt, she did call the cops on her.
I know. But
every time there was like a... Never mind. Never. She's my mom. She's my mom. But she's my mom.
But she's my mom.
She's my mom.
But
she's a completely different person.
Yeah. There are just so many times... When there are so many times you just go, why at a show... And not like a mystery, you're like, ooh, why did that happen? But like, why did that happen? It's not a good show.
Yeah.
But...
Like, literally the only story or person, really, that I liked this entire season was Malcolm.
Especially with the way the trailer made it seem. It just made it seem like a much more toned back season of them solving cases, Malcolm being the protege, and that's what you get for like the first 3 episodes.
And it started out great. We were like, great, this is gonna be a good season.
I love the bit where she goes, "You're fired, Malcolm." He goes, "All right, see you tomorrow, boss." And it's
because I've been fired like 16 times today.
And but then it all goes off the rails as soon as Trish starts using drugs.
And as soon as Mother shows up. Oh god.
Do better. Marvel, Netflix, Marvel, whoever the fuck I have to blame. We know you can do better. We saw season 1. Do better.
Season 1 was great.
And I know you don't have Kilgrave. And also, the amount of pictures I saw of here's David Tennant in season 2 for one fucking episode.
For hallucinations.
Well, I knew he was gonna be hallucinations.
Which was fun. Like that was some great.
That was a good episode. I just thought that would have been a great thing to, span the entire, fucking season of you killed somebody.
And she's still
and you got no one else to blame but yourself and him. But you killed somebody. Which, that one episode was all about you killed somebody. And Kilgrave's like, didn't it feel good? And there's a back and forth. Would have loved to have had, that episode in, the first 3. Loved it. Everything else, so boring. And so disappointing. If you watch season 1, I would still say watch it. Just because a lot of things happen that is going to be a thing in season 3. Mm-hmm. Don't binge it over a weekend like we did.
God, no. Take it in doses. It's like Iron Fist. You gotta...
Or just binge it and get through it. Just get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off. Whatever your preference is to do when you need to watch something that's not good.
Just remember the fact that season 1 was good. There were moments where it got so cringy with, Trish wouldn't do this. Where we just had to kind of fast forward through it. Because we don't handle cringe well, and that was just no! You set her up to be this, one specific character in season 1, and you are completely backtracking her with no rhyme or reason. Except for the fact Simpson showed back up. And she wants power. But you don't explain why she is so power hungry.
But here's the thing. They do in doses, but once again, it is a aspect of they're telling, not showing. Yeah. There's an argument where they have, and she goes, you have all this power, and you don't do anything with it.
You don't help people. I want to help people. And then, I guess, when she takes the drugs, it's just, amplified by 100.
But that's the thing when you're an addict. And then she gets Malcolm to take it. That was when I was done with this show. When she gets Malcolm to take the inhaler thing, I'm done with this show. We spent the entire first season getting him clean.
And it was so great, seeing them get together. It was oh my god, that's great. Well, I liked it. I was oh, that's cute.
It's weird.
It'll work out.
Weird
and couple. Then she does that, and no. And I'm done. I'm done now. You hurt my baby.
I got nothing else to say.
Yeah. Not really. I mean, visually, it was still as good as season 1. Everything else was fine. It was the plot so heavily with this season is just
not great.
And it takes away from everything.
That's really all we have to say on this. Couple quick announcements. Mm-hmm. We're going to try to experiment with some of our videos. Maybe because we realize that we're not really doing anything in the videos themselves.
Besides,
sit and talk.
Looking around, talking,
so we might try taking out the video, do a voiceover, and just do visual aids for some other stuff. Let us know if you would want us to do that. Let us know if you want us to review Jessica Jones Season 1. And that would be a spoiler review.
Obviously. Sorry, it's been out for a while.
As always, let us know what you think we should watch to review in the comments. Mm-hmm. Subscribe, follow us on Twitter at Nerd in Denial. Follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/TheTokuCast through our brother channel. If you're into Tokusatsu, go follow us on the Tokucast if you haven't already. Mm-hmm. This has been Nerd in Denial. We'll see you guys next time, hopefully with something better. Bye, everybody.